PDS have added a great amount of value to our programme. We work with them as a partner. It's not a supplier-client relationship as you would normally expect. It is a partnership. We work together to provide different solutions, innovative ways of delivering the training, embedding the learning and making things easier for the people within our business. Significant help around the assessment and the verification. The recruitment's been made a huge amount easier by having them on board as a partner. Recruitment from a visa perspective, it's really quite straightforward. We give our timelines to PDS, who then work with us in partnership to produce a campaign that stretches across the exam period, but is quite sensitive to some of the key dates in academic world. But actually it meets the requirements of us in terms of the recruitment deadline. I think from a candidate perspective, it's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of information available to the candidates. For us, it's about making sure that an individual has a positive experience with our brand, even if they're not successful. The most important step in terms of recruitment for us is all about the open evening. I think it's a really key point. A lot of the time we're trying to change perception of higher apprenticeships amongst the parent and influencer community. We're trying to attract people who ordinarily would have gone to a good university, got a good degree and entered the market as a graduate. We're trying to change their point of view, or at least give them all the facts to make a decision. So for us, it's about helping parents and applicants to understand just what an apprenticeship can bring to them or to their son or daughter, the support that's in place, the career progression opportunities that are there. It's really important that they get to learn from us rather than us just taking information out of the young person's head through the interview process or the assessment centre. Apprentices bring a huge amount of value to Visa, more than we imagined, on a number of different levels. They're really talented. They bring new ideas, new energy, passion, ambition, things we hadn't thought about in terms of the products and services that we can offer, and the way that we can engage with our members and our customers. But also they give us a real new opportunity to spread the message of what Visa do. We're able to take apprentices into their old schools or colleges to actually go and talk to students and just offer some advice and some information about the different opportunities that are available to young people in terms of university isn't the only route. It might be right for some people, but it's not right for everybody. So having apprentices, after year one, you can take your first cohort of apprentices into a school, let them tell their story, and then the students can make an informed decision on whether it's something they might want to consider now or in the future. So that's a huge value add that we didn't necessarily anticipate. I think they also bring a community aspect. So we've got cohorts of apprentices and they actually make it exponentially easier year on year to embed those apprentices, to train them, to support them. In the second year we're starting to see sort of a 10% increase in productivity and academic results because the first group of apprentices are able to coach, mentor, support the newer guys through the programme. So it's becoming more and more powerful as we recruit more and more cohorts. We've actively chosen higher apprenticeships in the IT and financial accounting space. At the beginning of the apprenticeship programme, we were knocking on two doors, the graduate programme door and the apprenticeship programme door. The apprenticeship programme door just seemed to open first because the opportunity was there, we found the right partner, and actually a foundation degree is absolutely imperative to applying the right knowledge level for our apprentices. We still have a very technical environment. We do need people who are quite competent and knowledgeable, but actually we got the blend right with the higher apprenticeship. We were able to assess the vocational competence, but ensure that we also provided the right knowledge. Also, it's hugely attractive to students. They can see the comparison now between university and a higher apprenticeship, and that's not always been the case. So that's a really important part of us in terms of attracting the right people. What we're finding now is actually that we're finding a solution that really does meet our needs, and actually it seems to be quite valuable to the Open University to learn more about how they can deliver a programme based on an employer's vocational programme needs. We were also able to choose the modules that we wanted so that it fit with our business requirements. We blended in a number of technical and career development, employability, kind of enabling skills type modules to get the balance right so that actually we're producing people who are able to apply that knowledge very quickly in the workplace. So my experience of working with experiential learning and outdoor development is that the learning goes deeper and lasts longer, particularly with a young person. A lot of the apprentices will tell you that that's the highlight of their programme because it's fun, it's engaging, it's memorable, and it's not just, the learning doesn't just stop once they leave North Wales or wherever they're taking the experiential learning on board. It doesn't just stop after that week of residential training. It continues over 1 month, 3 months, 6 months into the workplace. So you start to actually apply the knowledge over a longer period of time, and they start to see the benefits after sort of 6 months of how what they were taught in North Wales actually applies to the world of work. I also think that we're delivering a huge amount of technical knowledge to our apprentices. They have to have some people call it soft skills, we tend to call it enabling skills. They need to have the enabling skills in order to apply that knowledge. It's great having somebody who's technically able, but you need somebody who can also express that technical knowledge to the business, to their team, to their partners, to actually really become highly productive in a work environment. So for us, PLTS is really valuable, and the experiential learning side of it is the thing that really makes it work as part of the apprenticeship programme. So a couple of the highlights over the first 2 years, we're not even 2 years old yet in terms of the programme's age, but within that first 2 years we've actually been ranked as #1 employer for the School Leaver Awards this year through All About Careers. That's a great accolade for us to be able to say that actually we're at the top of a ranking poll that has only just started to form in the apprenticeship world. Rankings have been available for grad programmes for a number of years. This is the first time it's happened in the apprenticeship space, and we're really proud to be recognised as the #1 employer in that space. I think another highlight for me is the value that the apprenticeship programme is already bringing so quickly, and the apprentices themselves, they are already starting to create more demand in the business for apprenticeship programmes. Pretty much, they're doing the sales job for us. Initially, we wondered how this would work. How would we be geared up as a business to support young people? What sort of skills could they bring? Would they be productive? What would their attitude be like? And actually, very quickly, we realised they could bring a huge amount to our business. And now, I think the demand is now outweighing the supply. So we're now moving into brand new areas of the business where we hadn't had apprentices initially. And we're trying to meet the demand, so we're shifting to kind of design new apprenticeship programmes and new ways to meet that demand. I think that's a real accolade, that the business see it as a real valuable part of their talent strategy for the long term.